Hello everybody, we are the Geeks and Degenerates. I am Menzo. This is my forever co-host John, and today, to wrap up our April Fool's lineup, we talk about Step Brothers. Again, I have no idea how long or short this video will be, but it will be a couple of minutes, I guess.
I okay, no, hold on. It's not as bad as Anchor. Okay, never mind. Never mind.
No, bad.
Uh,
I think it's just more on like, I don't know. Like, I like this movie, but it's the same time, it's like such a odd concept of Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly being stepbrothers, and acting like people who are not their age.
yeah, that was the weird thing when I first watched this movie. Um, like I couldn't tell what was happening, because I would always catch it in the middle or at the start, but I never get to finish it. So
Yeah.
I think this is the first time in a long time that I watched it completely. I think I've only watched this like 3 times.
Yeah,
Um,
I've watched this a few times too. But
yeah.
yeah, it's not. I don't know how to relate to this actually. I don't have a brother. I have a sister, so I don't know how.
Uh,
Can you relate to this?
no, because with this one, it seems like two brothers who are within the same age or within you know, maybe a year older or like 2 years older.
Yeah,
I feel like this is where it's at, but my brother is 4 years older than me,
yeah,
so we never got to that point of when we were kids. We kind of saw eye to eye at things, and we were fighting and stuff. But yeah, I would say majority of the stuff here is kind of brother. I've experienced some of these. We'll play video games together. We'll do stupid shit together.
yeah. It's funny to see Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, Brennan and Dale, act like ourselves. I guess when we were 15, and you're like, yeah, I can relate to that. Some of it.
But it's so weird because the concept is these guys are man children.
Yeah,
They're legit acting like children. So I was like, why? You would think something like the 40-year-old virgin kind of concept was oh, they're in their 40s. They still have that sense of they're a man child, but they're kind of ashamed of it.
yeah.
Here they really are just
No shame
with
whatsoever.
yeah, he insults Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell just he starts having that childish crying. We're like,
Yeah.
yo.
Yeah, I mean, they explain it like both Brandon and Dale have parents who left them, so I guess their trauma made them stuck at Forever 15. Like, especially
Yeah.
Dale or Brandon, when they start fighting over each other, and Brandon does some stupid shit with Dale's drums, and you're like, oh god, why do you do that?
I love no way, Kimasabe.
You're like, and they really do fight I love how they really do fight 15-year-olds would fight.
Yeah.
Like the uncoordinated stances, the uncoordinated shit talking, the uncoordinated everything, and you're like, yep, I remember the time of my life.
Yeah. And you could tell majority of the script here is very how do I say improvised. There was a lot of improv.
Yeah, I think I think the section that made me, let's say, cringe the most was the job interviews, because I'm like, God, why do you do this?
I hated that where they're purposefully just ruining their chances of getting a job because they're so childish. They don't want to budge,
Yeah,
even if within a month they're not even gonna have a home.
yeah, like the janitorial, and then some business opportunity, and they're like, who'd you fuck, marry, or kill? And the guy's like, we are done here. Goodbye.
We are done.
Yeah, even Seth Rogen's they're the closest with Seth Rogen, and then
Yeah.
Dale farts, and Seth Rogen's like, nope, out.
Nah. He's like, I could taste it.
Yeah.
Dude, no, oh, I think we kind of skipped a part here where we're like, yeah, at the start they don't like each other. I guess in every step brother, stepsister kind of deal, they don't really like each other from the start. They're still bridging that gap of like, where do they find each other? Like, what do they have in common?
Yeah.
And like bit by bit, we start to see it, and it's a fun ride because like they bonded over
They're
what was his name again?
Dale.
It was Dale and
Brandon.
Brandon. Uh-oh. Hello? Okay.
Yeah, okay. Now
Uh-huh.
you're moving properly.
Okay. But yeah, like they're arguing over. They both hated Brandon's younger brother, who's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like he's a straight up piece of shit. Like boasting about all of his success, and in the most not so PC way.
Yeah. At the same time, he's making his wife, who's played by Catherine Hahn, who's the witch in WandaVision.
Right. That
Yeah.
actually looked familiar.
Yeah. And then she like clings onto Dale. She's like, "My husband hates me. Take me, please." And you're like, Jesus. Okay.
No, she was like, I'm miserable in this family. You know, take me, please. And like the reason why she's in love with Dale is because Dale like punched him in the face,
Yeah.
like while they're at the treehouse.
Yeah. At the same time, as much as you like grow to like them, you kind of see the dad side of like, you guys need to get a life. I'm sorry. Like, it's fine
Yeah.
when you're 15, but like as you grow older, some things kick in, and you're like, oh, I think I have to change my ways.
Yeah, I feel so bad for the dad. Like holy shit. Like we have those scenes of like them, like doing the whole sleepwalking thing. Like they would trash the entire house, and like what's even worse is that they both do it. Like so it's a double whammy, and like I get it that you both have a lot in common, but this is not the most healthy thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, by the way, there is a weird side thing with the dad where the dad is like not infatuated, but like his ideal son is Brennan's little brother, where he's
Yeah.
successful, he's like a business guy.
Yeah, he's everything Dale isn't, and his dad is like, why can't you be like this? They trash
Yeah,
us.
and I hated that. I hated that too because I was like, that's too real. Where like a dad would like favor maybe another guy's kid
Yeah.
because the kid's like way better like at sports or something, or better at grades.
Even though that kid is so condescending to his own kid, you're like, what the fuck? What's wrong with you? That's your kid. I know you are not so proud of him, or like don't have him as a trophy son, but he's still your blood at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I felt bad when he trashed his boat, though. I was like, God, it's $1 million up in smoke.
But and I can't say it. I'm sorry. Like there's just so much memorable things in this movie that we cannot say.
Yeah.
And it, not gonna lie, this is the one that made me laugh the most.
Yeah. Memorable
Like-
to like unwatchable, like when they made, was it Will Ferrell that had to lick dog shit?
Yeah. Where they had to wait. Was there an end credit scene to this movie?
I forget. I really forget.
No, because I remember seeing somewhere. I think maybe I skipped it, or maybe like I went out of the movie. Correct us if we're wrong, but like I
Yeah.
could have sworn there was a scene where Brennan and Dale come back to that park and beat the shit out of those kids.
I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. Do they make them lick dog shit too?
I don't know, but it was like a straight up like somebody like just look it up on TikTok. Brennan and Dale beat up kids to the Doom soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
Like that's what, like Rip and Tear's like playing in the background while they're like punching a kid. I'm like, okay, I don't condone violence on children. It's just a movie, a
Yeah.
product of its time. And oh my god, when I say product of its time, it is a product of its time.
Yeah.
This is raunchy.
Yeah. Felt bad too when the dad and mom were getting divorced, and the dad's like, you know what? It is your fault. It's all your faults. And you're like, yeah, okay.
At some point, I was like, I feel you, but at the same time, I'm like, ouch.
Yeah. You're like, what they
What
went
was
through
he
this.
saying to us, like, what was he saying to the kids? I was like, hey, you know what I got for Christmas? My soul ripped out.
You're like, they had to go through this once already. You're making go through this twice. You idiot.
Yeah.
You douchebag. But I guess for the tone of this movie, you're like, you know what? It seems fitting for the dad to be so undone by his stepchildren. Well, one of his children and his child. Yes.
I mean, it was a funny as shit though, where he tried waking them up while they were like sleepwalking, and you're not supposed to do that, and they just went, well, pun intended, feral.
Yeah, they just push him down the stairs or throw him down the stairs. You're like,
Like the scene of him like being taken away was like straight out of Jurassic Park. I was like, this is so fucking funny.
yeah. And then like after the divorce, they have another fight, and then they finally come to the realization that maybe they're not so great with themselves, and they get real jobs, and you're like, for a while, you're like, wow, this movie has a tonal shift. I kind of appreciate it. And it all ends with this, I'll call it some conference on the hills selling helicopters.
Yeah.
And like, Dale tries to take over for the guy because he emphasizes like we only do, what call that? Hall & Oates, 80s. We're only in 80s Hall & Oates specifically.
No. It was Billy Joel.
Sorry, yeah, Billy Joel.
Whoa, hold on. Let's get. Who sang Uptown Girl?
Billy Joel.
Is Billy Joel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, specifically
because that was the
Billy
name of the
Joel.
band. It was Uptown Girl.
Right. Yeah. And I'm like, you know what? It's kind of your guys' fault that you picked such a specific era and a specific singer, and you don't expect people to be like, can you please sing something else? We're here for 5 hours.
Yeah.
At least for once, can you not sing anything else? Can you not sing, I don't know, Queen? We're in the 80s, right?
Like the singer's like straight up offended by it. I was like, where's Billy Joel?
Like, that's such a, I don't know where we're going on, but that's such a specific, we're a cover band, an 80s cover band that only does Billy Joel. I'm like,
Well,
what?
music.
Like, how often do you get hired then?
Again, I don't know if it's Billy Joel. Like I'm just gonna fact check myself.
Because the other one is Westlife. Westlife is like the 90s.
Yeah, Billy Joel.
Yeah. And then Dale takes over for the band and he starts playing, and then the entire crowd says something I'm sure we can never repeat in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit that we cannot repeat.
Yeah. Just coming out of Brennan's younger brother's mouth, like, ooh, right, 2006.
Yeah.
I forget about this.
And then Brennan like comes up, and there is this joke where he is like the best singer in the world. He says like he hypes himself up very like a lot, where he's like, oh, I have like a voice of an angel, like I'm like a yeah, like the best singer in the United States and shit. Wait, okay, cut that part out. I hate that. Anyway. Sorry, man. But yeah, Brandon would always say, like, throughout the movie, he's a great singer. And I love it that when he does sing, it's not, they don't, like, dub over it with, like, a really, like, a Celine Dion or some shit. Will Ferrell does sing, and he's not bad. But, like, is it no way angelic? But, like, through the entire movie, everybody's just, like, tearing up, playing along with it, and I love it.
Even his therapist is moved, and you're like, wow. Good for her that she's still like, we're not even remotely in a relationship. You're like, good for you. You're keeping your job forever.
I really thought that she was like, I really thought Will Ferrell's character Brennan was like doing that to throw off the therapist, like he's flirting with her in an uncool way, just to like go against his dad. Oh, Okay.
Here's
Like he's flirting with her. Yeah, he's flirting with her just to go against his dad. I didn't know that he was actually like in her.
yeah, I mean, good for the therapist for standing her ground. Even at the end, you're like,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, she did not. She went with him.
Oh yeah, at the
Yeah.
end with the
When they built the boat in
yeah,
that treehouse, she
and
was
then
there.
right, and then she was like, you know, this is just gonna regress them back, and that's like, uh,
I love it. When she meets the mom, he was like, "You're an enabler."
right.
And I was like, "Oh, that is very true." By the way, I can't laugh, but it's such a funny scene. But he says something so horrible that I will not repeat. But where him and his brother, Brennan, like finally mend things with his like real brother,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, you're amazing! You saved the wine party," and like like they're finally meeting equal grounds, and they're like, "Oh, this is nice." I was like, "What do we do now?" He was like, "Hug, I guess." Bet you want that, huh? Like, that legit killed me.
Like,
That scene alone just legit killed me. I was like, "Fuck."
yeah, he's like, oh, I have the same character. I can't break it. You're like, all right, sure.
Yeah, I bet you like that. Oh, I'm so sorry. Like that's so fucking.
It's like, huh? How about you like that, you wuss? You're like, why do you have to say that?
By the way, that's Enzo like censoring the horrible part.
Yeah. But yeah, this is really a non-consequential, not so deep comedy, but it's fun. Like, after Anchorman and Talladega Nights, you need something like this that you're like, I guess I don't have to think that much about it because, one, I've never had a step anything. At least I don't think I have. But two, like, it's just nice to relax and kick up your feet sometimes, you know? With a movie like this.
Yeah, like turn off your brain. Kind of deal.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
My internet's fluctuating.
Oh,
Go on.
But yeah, for this movie, I guess we've said everything we wanted to say. What would you rate this?
No, we weren't able to say everything we wanted to say because this movie won't allow us.
Well, you mean the internet won't allow us? I mean,
Then,
we can, but we'll get cancelled. You know?
we can also we have morals.
Yeah, and we
We
have
have
jobs, for God's sakes. We have people who love us. You know, we don't want to let them down.
Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I would rate Step Brothers. I don't know. It might be a horrible film to anyone else who likes cinema or like who eats up the creme de la creme of like cinema. But this is such a great turn off your brain. Be stupid with friends. A movie you could drink and probably laugh to. There's some jokes here that are like hit or miss, but it's majority of it is hit, and I love that. And yeah, I used to watch this with friends, and I will say they act the way we acted back when we were like in our early teens. So it has a special place in my heart. So I would give Step Brothers like a good 8. This is out of a bias though. It just has a special place in my heart. But yeah, it's an 8 for me. Like it's still funny.
Yeah.
And like again, if you just want raunchy comedy, this is it.
Yeah. I'll give this one a 7. I do like the chemistry between Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly. And the jokes, most of them still land, others don't. But again, it's a turn off your brain comedy, which is fine. Which is necessary for a lot of things. If you just want to relax and kick up your feet, there we go. To the audience and you, my co-host, what are other turn off your brain movies that you would like to watch from time to time?
Like a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not. I would say Meet the Spartans.
I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah, it's so stupid though.
Yeah, it's a lot that, and I forgot the one with the evil chipmunks. What? You know that movie with?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that movie. Not the same movie, but the movie with Jay Baruchel and the officer from Star Trek 2, Wrath of Khan. where they fall in love with each other, has the song the "She's So High." Yeah, I think you mentioned it to me.
Oh shit! Yeah. She's out of my league. I think.
There
it's
we go.
called.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, I love that movie. Because it's just I guess it fed into the fantasy of like, I'm a nobody. Nobody really looks in my direction, and then gets the hottest girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, to the audience watching, comment down below your guilty pleasure, and if you like our videos, please leave them a like, subscribe, and ding the bell icon to get notified of when we upload next. We're also on Spotify and TikTok. Spotify to hear us on the go, TikTok to see our best and funniest moments and our reactions to the latest of trailers. Individual Zoda's Voices on TikTok and Ants Wolf on Letterboxd. Where can they find you?
Oh, you can find me at JohnJM_ on Instagram. It is my own account.
And until the next one, we'll see you then. Bye, everybody.
Oh.